Many of those images were provided by NAU's Cline Library Special Collections. We're joined now by Sean Evans. He is an archivist here at NAU and Cline Library, and you've been here quite a while yourself.
Indeed, nearly a fixture, as I like to say.
Thanks for being here and sharing some of the stories about the history of the region. One of my favorites is one you shared with me about May Hicks.
May Hicks is a great story. May Hicks was a graduate of Northern Arizona Normal School. Her fiance was a member of the Arizona Army National Guard and had been signed up to go off to a shooting competition in Ohio. And the story goes that the Arizona Guard didn't have a pennant or a flag, and they were the only ones not showing up or not having a flag when they showed up in Ohio. So he contacted May Hicks and said, boy, we really need this flag, and penciled some sort of a quick design and sent it back to Flagstaff. And she got on the sewing machine and cranked out essentially what is our current flag, the blue base, the same blue of the United States flag, 13 rays in orange and red that reflect the original 13 colonies, and the copper star for the copper production Arizona is so well known for. So the flag goes off to Ohio, they have a great shoot. I never did hear how they did. And you've seen those three images of Mary draped in the flag with her carbine and all of that. It's a wonderful story. The flag came here with the Hicks material, and in the end, the flag winds up down at the State Capitol Museum. And they've got a very nice little story about the flag, but they sort of omit May's role in it, and in fact, NAU Normal School, because of Northern Arizona Normal School's role in having a graduate who actually makes the flag. So it's a nice link to the whole statehood history.
Which very well may have been one of Arizona's very first flags.
Indeed, it is, I believe, currently known as the first flag. So even though the governor didn't like it, the state legislature made it the official version. The rest, they say, is history.
Another neat story comes a little bit later. It's right after the copper lumberjack axe was created. And the axe, of course, represents the strength of Northern Arizona University's athletic teams. Not long after it was created, something happened.
Indeed. The Great Fall ASC rivalry, ASC Flagstaff versus ASC Tempe. In November of 1933, the axe was stolen. And there are a couple of different stories about how that happened. I have to imagine it happened at the game because it used to be prominently displayed, embedded in a log. But the story goes that 6 football players from ASC Tempe took the axe and fled Flagstaff. Well, they only made it as far as Williams. They were brought back to Flagstaff and turned over to the student council, who promptly shaved the guys' heads and painted them yellow and blue. The president of the university refused to press charges in lieu of having them painted yellow and blue and paraded through downtown. But we got our axe back. And the story goes that one of our student council members who partook in that punishment said, we just tried to give those guys from Tempe a little pep.
So we're here in NAU's Special Collections Library. It serves the entire region, the Colorado Plateau. We have so many indigenous, rich heritages and some of the most spectacular scenery in the world in many people's opinions. What does the role of the library play in the region? Well,
I'd like to think that every library in every region reflects the needs and wants of the people it serves. And I think to some extent, being the biggest library in the region, we have a mighty large region to serve. What we focus on today is that geographical region of the Colorado Plateau. And so anything that occurs in that area of northern Arizona, western New Mexico, all of Utah, western Colorado, and a wee bit of Nevada and the Colorado River, anything that occurs there we're interested in, whether it's native culture, river running, Route 66, what have you.
Well, I sure appreciate your time today.
Glad to spend it with you.
And helping us to celebrate Arizona's centennial. And if you'd like to see some more photos from the Special Collections Library, it's available online.